Hey everyone, how are you guys? High Flyers Tag Team back here again in the video again today. Sayaka finally has returned, gave some more information. I think it's finally time I can talk about all the most recent information he's given. Some of this is from like a month ago or so, I think. I didn't cover it because it wasn't that much, but we're covering it now. So Sayaka came on one day. The first thing he said was, Kong's hometown is the Earth Center is the Earth Center world with sufficient radiation, but the radiation on the surface is limited, which may cause their size to shrink. I don't remember what he was responding to. I was a part of this chat whenever it was going on, but I don't remember if he was responding to anything or not. But we'll get on to that later. The next big thing, someone asked about if the aircraft carrier that we saw from the leaked footage back in December, if that was like Monarch made. The exact quote is the aircraft carrier that the two kaiju fight on a normal aircraft carrier or specially made high-tech weapon like the Argo? Sayaka responds basically with normal. It's actually a tribute to 1962. So basically he's saying it's just everyday normal aircraft carrier. You know, there's nothing special about it. So basically, so don't get your hopes up about it being all futuristic, but we'll get back onto that here in a minute. And the next thing he said was about this artwork that came out a few days ago. Yes, it's conceptual art of Hong Kong. Kong climbs a high building, Godzilla shooting at him. Someone responds with, do you know if Godzilla sports those fins plates throughout the movie, or is it merely just concept art? In case you know what I'm talking about, at Toy Fair the other day, there was a leaked concept art that came out, and Sayaka said it was real. And he responds with, it's just a concept art, it won't change much from King of the Monsters. And the last thing, this was confirmed tonight, he was talking about the characters. He actually gave some plot details finally. He basically said something about our Titan's able to draw them. I forget what he's referring to, but he says, oh, okay, my bad. He was replying to someone tonight who was asking if he could draw the King of the Monster, or the new monsters in the new movie like he did in King of the Monsters. His response was, maybe, but I don't know if posting is allowed, referring to how the moderators can be on the site. Then he followed up with, because it was a conversation happening previous, Julian Dennison will work with Millie Bobby Brown in investigating the Titan's unusual behavior, which is one of the movie's stories. So, with that all said, what can we gather from all of this? Well, the first thing is that, I don't know, I thought the first part was kind of a theory, I don't remember, but it was talking about how the difference between the hull of Earth and the surface level could really affect Kong's growing height and the species height. There's a lot more radiation in the hull of Earth, which is why Kong species wouldn't be able to grow so big if they live on the surface world. Definitely interesting, since we know Michael did recently reply to someone, basically explained about how radiation can cause Titans to grow. At least we think that's real. You know, I believe it. There's not really much to talk about that, because we've made whole videos on this topic before, but that's basically Sayaka adding to it. The next big thing he said is the aircraft carrier that we saw in the leaked footage. That is actually a normal aircraft carrier, which, you know, I honestly can completely see, since we do have some, I don't have pictures of it, but there are actually some behind the scenes photos when they were filming of a aircraft carrier laying on the side of a beach, and it's all destroyed and stuff and mangled up. It's very likely that in a fight between Godzilla and King Kong, it's very likely that aircraft carrier is not making it out in one piece. He does say it's a normal aircraft carrier, so yes, there is a normal aircraft carrier holding up Godzilla and King Kong. We don't have the context of what happens right after or before or anything. You know, for all we know, they could actually not be standing on it somehow. Or, you know, they could be, you know, there's so many options that could happen here, because we have 3 seconds of blurry footage. You know, one more second, we could see the aircraft carrier tipping over. You know, there's so many things that could be happening there, so don't freak out just because it's normal. He also said it's a reference to the original King Kong vs. Godzilla. The what I assume he means by that would be that it's transporting King Kong away from Skull Island. They use it to transport King Kong away from Skull Island. That's what I would assume. I don't see, or they start to transport him. Honestly, my theory, kind of what's been going on in that scene. Looking at how it's a storm and stuff, I've always personally just assumed that. Well, I haven't always, but more recently, I've just assumed that it's just off Skull Island. Like, they're fighting right outside Skull Island. That's why there's a giant storm going on in the background. That's just my guess. That's why it's kind of dark and gloomy. There's a storm. That's like a skull. They're like right outside Skull Island, and then the ship gets washed up back on Skull Island, possibly. But who knows? It's just the way clouds look and stuff. I would assume it's Skull Island. But there you go, guys. There's your answer. It's a normal aircraft carrier. The concept art, I've kind of already talked about this in another video, so I'm not going to go too in depth. In case you didn't see it, I've had it on thumbnail stuff. It's a picture of Godzilla. His spikes look very different, and he's shooting them at what appears to be buildings. Shockingly, this is one of the first leaks that Warner Brothers isn't going to just like destroy and take down for some reason. I don't know what's really going on with this, but that's the thing that's kind of making me wonder if like why they're not taking it down. I guess if it is real, but I believe Sayaka when he says it's real, it's weird. But Sayaka adds to it and says basically he's shooting at King Kong. King Kong's on a really high building, and or a really tall building. Godzilla's shooting up in the air at him, and he also makes sure to mention that it's concept art and Godzilla's spikes won't change much from King of the Monsters. So if you like the spikes, well, there's your only time you're probably going to see them. So enjoy it while it lasts. And the last big two things he talks about is that maybe he'll draw the Titans, the new ones. I remember he at one point said he was going to draw Mechagodzilla, but never did. I'm not sure why. There's just some weird stuff going to Kingdom that it might be concerning him to actually draw them and post them. Although, I would assume he could post them on other sites. I'm not sure. I think he did in the past post them on other sites, so with the King of the Monsters ones. And his drawings, by the way, were like 100%. Like, he's really accurate for some reason. He's like actually a really good artist. We find out though that basically the role that Millie Bobby Brown and the kid from Deadpool, Julian Dennison, yeah, that's right. We basically find out their role in the movie is going to be that they're doing some investigation work. Basically, they're going to be, well, I would assume good friends. And they're basically going to go through and they're going to try to figure out why the Titans are acting so weird. Which connects with King of the Monsters after credits thing. Where, like the credits scene, or like montage where I see a bunch of Titans are acting different and they're heading towards Skull Island. So I assume that's what Millie Bobby Brown them are probably looking at. They're probably looking into why all the Titans are heading to Skull Island. That's just my assumption. That's probably, I think that's like our first really major like plot of any sort Sayaka's given to us. So it's making me start to wonder how much he actually knows. So, in case you don't want or you're curious too, he responded to people who were arguing about what the kid's role would be, Julian Dennison. Some people were saying, what if Julian Dennison and Millie Bobby Brown pilot Mechagodzilla at one point, stuff like that. I think he just wanted to clear it up real quick because people were getting really angry with that topic. They basically they're just studying. They're just researching why Titans would be acting so weird. In my opinion, that sounds kind of dumb. I mean, I guess it just depends on execution, but that already makes me go, well, that's probably one side of the story I'm not going to care for too much. But I'll give it a chance. I feel like Alexander Skarsgård's role is going to be the most interesting in the movie. We'll see. So, that's all the news. I hope you guys enjoyed. whenever we get more out of Sayaka or whatever, I'll post it. But he just hasn't posted nearly as much. He's around during the leaks just to clear stuff up usually, and that's about the extent of it. So there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, as always, please share, subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys. Have a great night. As always, peace. Bye bye.